I want to see people do well.
Yeah.
Why? There's enough for everyone.
Yeah, there is.
And it's like I want every barber in this town to do well.
Same.
Like, I'm not in competition with you.
Man. Yeah.
I'm in competition with myself. There is no competition. It's just me.
Yeah, that's an abundance mindset, right? It's in investment circles that I'm in, and these are like pretty big money circles. Everybody in there has the same mindset. It's abundance. There's tons for everybody. Okay, welcome at the Saugeen Shores Life podcast, sitting here with one of my best friends, a guy I call my brother, my son calls Uncle Trash.
Unky Trash.
Unky Trash. Yeah, man, this is Uncle Trash, or as you know him on Facebook, Brent Pattingale. Thanks for being on, man.
Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah. Okay, so I know your story, dude, and it's like the reason why I made the podcast, right, is because people in this town some people have the most amazing stories. I've been all over the world. I have a huge network. And then literally right in my backyard is like people like yourself with these killer stories. So I want to really talk about that today. Like, I see you walking around town. Obviously we're in business together. I watched this massive change in your life in the last year.
Yeah.
It's like, so let's talk about that today. Let's take the next half hour, 45 minutes, and let's talk about that. Cool?
Yeah, for sure.
Who is Brent? Where are you from? Where were you born?
Oh, I was born in Queensway General Hospital, 1979, in Mississauga, Ontario.
Oh, so you were born in the city.
Yeah,
Shit, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I'm a city kid, but we vacationed up in Huron.
Okay.
Every summer of my life, like for the whole summer, like not just like, it's just like from like the day summer started until like, we would literally drive home, then have to go to school the next morning, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, and we spent every day at the beach.
Yeah. King Cardin or
in Huron.
Okay.
So yeah, like my mom would pack us we'd have breakfast and she'd pack us a lunch and in Huron.
Did you have a trailer there?
Yeah. So So my uncle, back when Hydro was being built, and it was like, and there's people that needed like lodgings and stuff like that. So he created the trailer park, which wasn't in the original, like the original one isn't in the spot that it is now. Yeah. But like the original one was more where the pipelines were in the field kind of thing. Yeah. So then he switched it over to where it is now. It's actually called Woodland Court.
Okay. I know exactly where it is.
Yeah. So like, and I was very lucky that the era of time where I lived there were a lot of kids. Yeah. In Inver Huron had so many kids. So it was just fun growing up. There was always like enough people for two teams for everything.
Oh man.
We play manhunt every night. You know what I mean?
This is like when you were like a little boy, like 5,
just like a little kid. Moved here when I was like 9 or 10.
Yep.
So I'm like,
moved to Owen Sound?
No, to Inver Huron. We moved.
Oh, you ended up moving?
We moved to our trailer that we had. Like it was just 1 year. It was like, do we really want to go back? And then it was like a unanimous decision. And the funny thing is thinking back, like our parents made us feel like it was our decision. But they know that they already made the decision.
They already probably had everything lined up.
You just want to live here? And we were like, yeah, we know. Yeah, and it was like, because up here I had a dirt bike. And then, the dad's like, well, if we're here for the winter, we can have a snowmobile. And I'm like, and they're like trying to talk us into it, but they didn't have to because
it's easy.
Who wants to live in Mississauga forever?
Yeah. It's different, right? It's different.
So what was the question again?
Well, how'd you land here? Which I didn't know any about that. So then your parents live in Owen Sound. I knew you from.
So from the skate park.
Skate park.
Yeah. So wow.
So then, okay, so you're here, you go to high school here, I assume, right?
In Walkerton.
In Walkerton.
Yeah, in Walkerton. So.
And then you, so let's fast forward a bit. I'm doing jiu-jitsu. I'm in King Cardin. I see this guy. See, he's got the skate park beside the jiu-jitsu gym.
Well, we were building the skate park for like a year before. Yeah. So you're looking at a whole bunch of skater dudes that are just, I'm not sure if we really knew what we were doing.
Well, no one does when they first open business.
No, but there were lots of people in our camp that knew exactly what they were doing. But like, they weren't there at the beginning. Like, I don't even know how we would have done it if we didn't have Caleb Bose in our crew, which was an old friend from high school. Yeah. Like we were doing a skate park tour and we were just checking, is this a thing we really want to do? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, is this a thing? Does it exist? Can we actually do this? And so we did like this outdoor free skate park mission kind of thing. We did it as the local area. And then we were at this one spot and it was just like when we were going to make our final decision, are we going to do this? And it was actually, we were actually going to meet investors. And they asked us not to stop talking about the idea to anybody.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Until we figure, So I was like, okay. And then we're at the skate park, and my buddy's just popping kickflips in the corner, whose name's Brent as well.
Yeah.
We're both named Brent. So B1 and B2 is what we used to call each other back in the day. We were in a DJ crew together. So we're at the skate park, and we're just, and then all of a sudden this guy pulls up, and I'm like, is that Caleb? And then I'm like, oh my, he used to build the ramps when we were kids, like when we were in high school, and he never stopped, and he just kept on building ramps. And he does it professionally.
That's insane.
You know what I mean? At the highest level, right? Like, so we're like, oh, this is really cool. And I'm like, wow, what are the chances of him showing up at this skate park in a town that none of us live in? You know what I mean? But it's just like, just having me driving through this town. Just
perfect time.
The thought of stopping, and I'm like, whoa. So I said to my partner, Brett, do you mind if I tell one more person? You know what I mean? I feel like I had to talk to this guy about this. So then we're talking, and he starts telling me about his idea to open up. And I'm like, dude, you're like, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Let's do it together instead of against each other, right? So, so we're lucky we had him on our side. He was the guy who took over the build part of it. I don't know how we ever thought we were going to build these ramps without his
expert
help. Yeah. And then, so we built that skate park. It took us quite a while. And that's when I met you. And we're just like, we thought it was the coolest thing ever. And it was like,
man, so many kids in and out of that place.
Yeah.
Which is like, you are like me when it comes to the kids, man. The kids gravitate to you. And then you talk to them. I watched how you treated them when I was like, I'd be outside after training hard or whatever, like just catching my air from getting beaten up or something. And I'd see you out there, man. You have like a group of kids around you, right? This is before I was like heavy into coaching kids, and just be like, I remember thinking like, man, look at this. Like these kids are like, they're just like waiting to see what your next word is gonna be, like massively influential. And now I've seen posts, and you've told me in the shop that you've seen these kids now and they're older, right?
Oh,
you played a role on them. Like, dude, that's pretty epic.
Well, the cool thing about going back to this, King Cardin was a really cool time. It was it was a period of time where it was like, they had dog jiu-jitsu, and they had you, and it was Sarah there too. And it was like, it was just all this energy. And then they had Pick Studios.
Pick, man.
Pat Main. That's what I was.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Pick.
So I was teaching in this. So there's a bunch of, 30-something-year-old women and men and women that are like teaching all these young kids. And it was like really cool time period in King Cardin's, because King Cardin kids, there was everything for them to do.
Yeah, man.
Like they had
You're right.
Because they had all the music, and along with the music, they had dance lessons. And they had, and Jesse LaRusso had the dance studio.
Jesse LaRusso.
So there was just a bunch of us young entrepreneurs
doing our thing
for kids. It was really cool, like at the time. So we had the skate park, and and like you were saying, it was really cool. What was lucky for me in my timeline was you lose touch with your friends, and we all become adults and stuff like that. But when I was at Pat's studio, Pick Studios, teaching the kids, and you have your friends from high school bringing their kids in, and I'm teaching them how to play guitar. And I'm like, I used to play guitar with your dad, and like, you know what I mean? And it was like just like a little dude, and you're like, I was best friends with your dad when you were like that age, and it's so cool, right? And then with the skate park, and then you got a whole, then it's like a whole new group of kids, and the same kids as well. And then with the barbershop now, you get to see these kids older.
Yeah, and they're driving there.
They're 20 years old. I'm like, dude, I've known you since you were 12.
Yeah, it's crazy. And let's talk about, you just mentioned music, man, because one of the things, so to finish off my version of that, what you just said was, I just remember seeing you out there and being like, this guy has got like a story. Like, you just throw that vibe, and I've told you this straight to your face. It's like, bro, you just have this like vibe that's like, you meet people every day, you don't really think about them after, but I remember meeting you and being like, I don't know, there's just like my intuition's like, this guy's got like there's just something about him. I want to know more. I was like, I want to know more. What's this guy's deal?
Yeah, I get that
in
feeling,
a good way.
I get that feeling from people that they're like, they're really interested in what I'm doing. I'm going to say,
well,
and
bro,
I get the exact opposite from people.
Oh yeah, same.
You get like, I don't like this guy just because he's here, he exists, and I don't like him. But I'm like, whatever, man, that's cool.
One of the things is like, it's like you have
all
these.
I get that from you too, brother. Like, it's
thanks,
like,
man.
Who's that guy?
You just have all these layers, right? It's like, okay, so you've had a skate park. You were born in Mississauga, didn't know, and then I was really drawn to you because your creativity. I like openly talk about, I have very, very little creativity. My brain doesn't work that way. But you have like a ton of it. Musician, I heard from somebody when you and I first went into business together, like, that guy's like one of the best fucking musicians in Bruce County. Right? I know you're humble and you're like, that's not me.
Yeah.
So tell me about your music, man.
So we're gonna go to that part where you just said, I always said I had like some X factor.
Yeah.
There's some
See,
kind of thing.
told you.
You know what I mean? There's something about that guy. It wasn't because I could sing, because I really couldn't do that.
Yeah.
And it wasn't because I was a great guitar player, because I certainly wasn't.
Yeah.
Or a great horn player, because I wasn't. Or a great bass player, because I wasn't. Or
Yeah.
but it was funny because when I got to Owen Sound in 2005, I just got out of college,
Mhm.
and then I didn't stay in the field that I graduated from, and I got a job in the auto industry. So I moved to Owen Sound, and I was making beats
Yeah.
and rapping and stuff, and
this is in the early 2000s?
yeah, it's
Okay.
2005, and Owen Sound's a guitar town.
Is it?
It's a very folky, rocky guitar town. Like it's like everybody's. If you want to hang with these guys, like doing the beats is not going to cut it. Not back then. And I just wanted to get the respect of like all these guys at this music store that I'm going to,
Mhm.
and I don't feel like I fit in. Like I'm just not. I'm not them at all. Like at all. And it's just like I'm like and I've been hanging at the shop for like a long time, and I'm like, I got to get. And I started off on guitar as well. So it was like, but I didn't know what I was doing. I was just playing by ear in tabs from guitar magazines. And I just so much wanted like, Trevor McKenzie, Pete Devlin, Tommy Brown, all these guys to like respect me a bit more. And like, and then one day I really gigged hard, and I rehearsed and I rehearsed and rehearsed and rehearsed. And I would rehearse for 12 hours a day sometimes. And I just really wanted that so bad. And then one day I just started booking gigs at restaurants.
Yeah.
And it wasn't because I was super talented. It was because I really just put out a lot of effort, and it was just like a shot,
Yeah.
And that's what I have. Like I have that, like, I'm just going to do this, whether or not I can or not, I don't know.
Yeah, I love it, man.
And
I love it.
And then one day, all those guys who I named before are like, hey man, we should gig together. And I was like, oh wow, let's do it. So I always been with the best of the best.
Yeah.
That wasn't me though. I was just, they were drawn. I always played with the best players.
Mhm.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, yeah.
I wasn't one of the best players, but they would gather with me, and like they would come to my, and they're like, and we would have a great time. I had some frontman thing,
Mhm.
some X Factor frontman thing, but
Yeah.
it wasn't because I was like, had a great voice or, and I would try, I would get lessons and stuff, and
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh God. And even now I'm trying to get back into it. I'm like, I don't want to hear myself sing
Yeah, yeah.
at all.
But the fact that you were like so what I just heard there was like you went out, you put yourself out there, you figured it out, you went and got gigs, which you said you may or may not have been ready for.
Yeah.
And then what it did was it attracted people to you.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
attracted the best.
Yeah.
Which then you sat. I call it sitting at a table, because if like in business, if you're there's like an old saying, like if you want to be a millionaire, if you want to be 100 millionaire, you sit at tables with other 100 millionaires. If you want to be a loser, you sit with a bunch of losers.
You look at your best friends.
Best friends, and that's kind of what happened to you then.
Yeah.
So like they started associating.
Yeah, they kind of did. They were
How
like,
did your level go up in music?
oh man, well for me, it's probably just like wow, like
Yeah, yeah.
in a sense of like, I don't even know what. Yeah, I don't even know how it happened. But then all of a sudden you got these guys who are in like blues magazines and
Yeah,
stuff,
man.
and it's just like, and they're just shredding all over your
Yeah.
stuff, and I'm like, this is really cool, man. And like, it took me to a whole different level. Like it was just like, yeah, you were not going to go anywhere unless you had these guys with you.
Yeah, man.
Kind of thing.
I hear a lot of things happening to you that's like, I know God's in your life now, and we'll
Oh,
talk about it in a second, but like the guy pulling up at the skate park, that's just like literally like a renowned skate park builder professionally,
Yeah.
pulling up at the exact time
I
that
know.
you needed
I
somebody
know.
there.
And then what would ever happen? Yeah, and exactly.
And the same with the music, right? It's like
Exactly with the
you
music.
wanted to get to there, and then all of a sudden this thing happened and that thing
Yeah,
happened.
but
It's like,
I believe
holy
that-
shit, I'm
yeah,
here.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah, it is
Dude,
wild.
it's just wild, man.
Yeah.
When you're living in that dimension, right? Which you now live in.
Oh yeah, totally.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about, okay, so you and I meet, we get the shop.
Okay, yeah. So the place that so what happened was I threw a Christmas party at the place I was at. I kind of like instigated a Christmas party, and because I wanted to see this musical act, Dan Walsh. I was like, we gotta get Dan Walsh into the shop. It's gonna be so good.
Yeah.
And then, so Christmas parties, alcohol.
Oh yeah, man.
Everything that like these tattoo artists and these barbers haven't said to each other for a whole year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And alcohol, attitudes.
Yeah.
And like, you know what I mean? It's just like this side, and it was like, oh man. So then it was irreconcilable differences that just became apparent.
Yeah.
And then so it was like I grabbed my stuff like the night, and it was awesome because it was like that was the catalyst that's why we're here now.
Yeah.
And so I put my tail between my legs and was like, what am I going to do next? but I can't go back there. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's not, and people ask me like, hey man, can you just bring your stuff back and,
Get
you know,
cuts.
and just pretend that didn't happen and let's move forward. And I'm like, no, I just
Yeah,
can't.
dude,
I'm,
you're
I'm
like
not
that. I know you're
I
like
know,
that.
I just
Like,
can't
once
do
you
it.
do that once, like, now you're done.
We're done.
Yeah.
So then I sat there for 2 weeks. Man, I was ready to flip burgers. But what I was not ready to do was to cut hair in a salon.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like I just,
Yeah,
it's
man,
like,
that's what I
it was
mean
so
with
much
you.
pride with
Yeah.
that. Like I was in the coolest shop ever.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nate.
Yeah,
Nate at
Yeah.
Strop and Stone, and I owe a lot to him.
Yeah.
Because like, well, like, you know, yeah, my shop wouldn't be my shop. I wouldn't have had the talents that I did if it wasn't for Nate.
Yeah.
And but yeah, so you messaged me.
Yeah.
And
'Cause
you're
I
like,
needed
can
a
I
cut.
can I get a haircut?
Not knowing.
You've never messaged me ever for a haircut ever.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and you're like, hey man, can I get a haircut? And I'm like, actually, Jesse, like it's embarrassing enough, but I don't have a spot to cut hair at right now. And then it was already typed in. It was like, one open, one pour those. We think it's very fun to like, oh, okay.
That wasn't it.
No. I'm like, yeah, you know what? Like,
Yeah.
you know me. I'm like,
Yeah, you did though.
so yeah, so my first business that I ever opened, my first brick and mortar, 'cause I've had other things that I did when I was a kid and younger. You get some tools and you're a landscaper and stuff like that. But my first brick and mortar was a salon
Okay.
just across the street here.
Okay.
Right. So it was like I knew I could do that. So obviously I could do a barbershop. But yeah, it was funny. You're like, this is open from Port Elgin. So I'm like, well, Jesse, like at the time, like I don't drive. I have to live in Port Elgin. You're like, check.
Gotcha.
I got you. Well, on this, I need this, I need that. Check.
Gotcha.
And you check, and you're like, you know, this guy really wants to do this.
Mhm.
And I knew that you were all about it, and you knew for me, you watched me build a place
From literally the ground up.
It was like, whoa, dude,
Yeah.
why are you even doing this? Like, just that skate park was, it was a charity.
Yeah, man.
It was literally a charity.
I know
like,
that. I did the business audit.
That
was right.
If you were like, what was
That's
your
the other
business?
thing I was watching, like,
business plan? Like business plan.
Yeah.
We built it into a skate park. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And like made a lot of memories. But yeah, so yeah, you checked off all the things that I needed, and I'm like, like as a grown adult, you can't even say no. Although I'll be honest, I did not want to move to Port Elgin at the time.
Yeah.
Like at all. And I was like, well, this is scary. This is scary, but I'm gonna do it. And then it was literally a midnight move. I packed my bags.
Yeah, man.
I came down here. It was like a midnight move with like nothing.
Yeah.
With nothing.
Yeah.
And it was funny because I learned a lot from you then, because I was like, man, what, like, you're just like, no, we're gonna do this, boom, 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 and I'm like,
Action.
and I'm like,
Yeah, I know.
whoa, bro, we gotta settle down. We need this and I think we learned a bit from each other, because it was like, well, you can, but like, I just don't want to go. Like even like when we had the skate park, we could have opened that thing like 6 months more earlier than we could have, but it was like, it's not ready yet.
Yeah.
And that was $4,000 a month.
Yeah.
That we had to pay rent.
Yeah.
Like, so that was what, $24,000 that we paid just because we knew we weren't quite ready. We didn't want to like send it off in the wrong way. We were so worried about that.
Yep.
And that's what I was so worried about, because when you're like, I got us chairs in a thing, and I'm like, whoa. And you didn't understand it at the time. But
No, I
like,
didn't.
these things are salon chairs. They didn't have leg rests.
Yeah.
You can't do back and do beards and all this stuff, right? But like, we're all learning. And I'm like, oh, Jesse.
Yeah.
And I love it because like your heart was there.
Yeah.
And you were there, like you said you would be for financially. You were just like, I'm gonna get this for you. And I'm like, oh no, that's not gonna work. And I'm about right. You're like, why not? I'm like, well, because
Yeah.
And then I luckily I was able to purchase all the old gear that I used to work. From Strop. And so it all folded together, and I had people come together out of nowhere, and we all it just happened.
Yeah, man, it's amazing.
It was amazing. And which was kind of like when I had the salon, like I had nothing.
Yeah.
Like all I had was a girlfriend that I knew was going to lose her job.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to support us both.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my Lord, she's a real catty.
Yeah.
Hairdresser, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So it's like, yeah, right. So I'm pretty sure she's going to lose her job soon, or quit her job, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I started getting like really, and I just had this thing. I'm like, I know we can do this ourselves.
Yeah. And that's how it started. So now you've got the barbershop. It's busier than all heck. Has it been what, 2 years? How long?
It'll be 3 years in January.
Okay. So we're coming up on 3 years. First year, kind of figuring things out. The last year, I feel like you're really hitting a cool stride with it.
Oh,
and then about a year ago, bam, you have this like, bro, you literally I see people, I go to AA, I openly talk about that, and I see people get through recovery. Can we talk about recovery?
Totally. Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
okay, thanks. Because it makes my heart, man, it makes like, it just literally makes me like happy because it's like talk about, I've seen people in recovery and some make it and some don't.
No.
But the best thing that I ever see in AA and in recovery and all my years of being around this shit is when people make a change. And bro, you literally have like fucking crushed the change.
Oh, thanks, man.
Man, and I know you're humble. You're like, thanks, but it's like you just completely removed drugs and alcohol from your life, and now you go to church. You're a believer in God, and what's that like transition been of like living in? Well, you just told me one experience when you came in about just being at the coffee shop with Addison and some guys.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah,
Just like what like and being able to appreciate that.
Oh, okay.
What's that experience have been like going from living in a fog of alcohol to sober, finding faith, and now being like a solid member of the community? What's that been like for you?
Oh,
Because it's
man.
been fucking incredible
It's
to watch.
life changing, life changing. It's like life altering. Like
Yeah.
my timeline is a whole different thing now.
Yes.
Where it could have only have been a certain way.
Yeah, man.
I didn't have the vibration. I wasn't working at a frequency that could have ever allowed. And the thing was, like, I was pretty successful,
Mm-hmm.
and I had been like for the most part of my life, as far as like I'm not sure about monetary gain, but it's like, hey, you try to do something, you do it.
Yep.
And it's always scary.
Mhm.
It's always scary that when you start something, you're like, this is very personal. Like if this fails in front of everybody, this is me putting myself out there. And
Totally
it's like
vulnerable.
and it's not just like asking a girl on a date. You're like literally asking the whole town on a date, and they say no, and you don't. You know, you just feel like an idiot.
Yeah.
But for me, it was like we were talking about this morning, like being able to just chill with wholesome people, have wholesome conversations, that you never could have had before, because I would have been like hungover and or recovering from some substance that I was using the night before, and just been like not in my game. I can't have I can't do this, and you know what I mean? You're just kind of like mailing it in every day.
Yep.
I was pretty successful at doing that. I got really good at that.
Like
functioning drug addict. And I'm not going to say the word addict because that gives like some power, or like it takes away the power that I had. And I had the power. I was just in a bad place. I didn't even understand. I thought I was in a good place.
Yeah, man.
And that's really the tricky part, is like the devil will deceive you and make you think that you're having fun and make you think that these are the people you want to hang out with. But then the second that you take out that, like the substances out, and then those people are not around anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not saying everybody, because I have some people in my life that it was awesome. Like these were like one of the guys that I used to, get from, excuse me. He's found God as well.
Yeah.
Right. And and the thing was, he had to get raided.
Yeah, dude.
And busted, like literally like kicking the doors, like everything, guns drawn, and he was one of my best friends. And like, so he's clean and sober now, and we're both clean and sober. And his situation had nothing to do with mine getting sober.
Yep.
But it kind of did in a way, because I'm like, whoa, this is one of my best friends, and this is the bad thing. And we used to both sit there and go, when we were all jacked up on goofballs, going, yeah, man, we're bros, we're homies, and stuff like that. And we used to, and and anytime that guy's name got brought up and people would be like, yeah, he's my bro. And I'm like, yeah, well, he's my brother. Like, we are tight. And they'd be like, oh yeah, no, we're tight too. You don't see
like this.
You don't see people around. Those people aren't in his life anymore.
Yeah, man.
We both don't do drugs. Yeah. We both don't. We're both found God.
Yeah.
And now he sits whenever he's in town, he sits beside me in church.
Yeah, dude.
And it's like, wow, how did we get to this spot? Right? We were both doing things that I will probably never talk about it again. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like ever. And just
you don't have to, man.
And even in the past. And it's like just the crazy things that we did. And maybe someday we'll write a book or something, but
you made it to the other side, right? Which is like, man, it's just like unbelievable. And then you talked about vibration. It's like, you can see it. I've told you this last year when I come in to get a haircut. It's like, wow, dude, that was the best haircut you ever give me. Next time, same thing. And then I can feel it. And I've said this to you. It's like, bro, you're just like vibing. Like you can just feel it when I walk. Hey, what's up, man? And it's not like you're
putting it on.
It's not like it's put on. It's like, it's real. You're like, man, life is good.
It is good,
right?
Man.
Yeah.
I put the vibration. It's like, yeah, man, like I was fairly successful at doing the things the way it was. A lot of it's been like, well, first off, I've worked in a couple tattoo shops and worked in some barber shops. And that's what we do after. It's like in the industry. You go get drunk after work. Yeah. And seems all like fine and dandy and stuff like that, right? And I was pretty good at it. But then once you eliminate all this, everything gets so much better.
Yeah.
And then like things come into your life that could not have possibly come into your life.
It's crazy, eh?
At the level you were at. And it's like so much, like so many better things. You'll attract people,
Dude, it's insane.
Opportunities that come.
It's insane.
Yeah.
I call it the fourth dimension. And I say this to people when they first get in recovery. It's like, bro, you're going to experience the fourth dimension. I say it to my brother all the time. He's like, you're so full. Like, just shut the
Well, look what he's doing now.
It's the fourth dimension.
He's
It's like another dimension.
Right?
Same with you. It's like, I just drive on my way down here and you're standing at the coffee shop talking to some people that we all know from town. And you can tell you guys are just sitting out there vibing, having a coffee. I'm just like, actually, man, in my mind, I was like, fuck, I want to start doing that. Like, that just looks like a good time. A bunch of dudes, you're just sitting there having a coffee, just talking about life, man.
Well, dude, you are part owner of the coolest barbershop in the world.
I know, man. I love the
come in. Like a lot of the times, like now it's been.
I see them coming in.
Lots of people just hanging out. Yeah, just hanging out.
Yeah, man.
And I love and thank you, by the way.
Yeah.
For trusting me.
Oh, for sure, bro.
Like enough, because yeah, man, like at any time you could have just stepped in going, bro. Like,
no, man, because
I was,
I see you were having some struggles.
I was struggling, man, but and in the same time, I'm also keeping this thing going.
Now that I will tell you, I'll tell you straight on camera that there was an ulterior motive there. The first ulterior motive you think I had for business?
Yeah.
Bro, I just want a haircut. And I was tired of driving to town to get it. I just wanted somewhere to get a good haircut. But also when I seen you kind of having just a bit of a hard time, nothing like outrageous, just because I've been there, right? When you were like, you're trying to figure out how to get off this stuff. I believe in God, as you know. And at that time, I don't know if you did or you didn't, but it's like maybe in my back of my mind, like maybe we're actually in this barbershop so that, maybe you can find who Brent really, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're one of those people.
So I was just like, I was letting you do your thing.
So the way I see it, like I had like guardian angels as a young entrepreneur. I had Roger Crane was a big influence, and he still is to this day. Like
is Roger the guy from King Cardin that owns the Roger?
Yeah, he lives here in Port Elgin.
He owns the
had the Wismer House. And
okay, so that Roger
that I met. Yeah, Roger Crane, and he owns the Rabbit Dash building.
Yeah, okay.
Rabbit
I
Dash,
met Roger.
Rabbit Dash.
Yeah, John.
And he's just and he hired me to renovate the theater when I had the skate park.
Yeah, so
every
theater,
time,
that's what it was.
So when I had the salon, Roger and Jeff Carver saw me like just hustling, trying to renovate this building, and then going off to my night job. I was working at Chapman's Ice Cream. Right? Like, so he hops in and goes, hey man, do you want a job? Like I see you doing these renovations. I could use you work over here at the JK Motel, which they turned into those buildings back there.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm like, wow. Like I can just like go across the street and like do that instead of like, so
go to Chapman's.
Yeah, he's always like, he sees something in me.
Yeah.
And he goes, I'm gonna give this guy a chance. Like, you know what I mean? And then it's like, look at him go. Like, he's doing this, right? He's like a young me kind of guy when I first started out. And then like you have Paul, who is it? No, buddy, remember, okay, so you went to the Maple Square Mall with your little I got an idea. He saw something in you. Phil
Aioli that owns Maple Square Mall. Yeah.
He saw something in you. Yeah. These guys saw something in me. Okay, you see something in me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're like, but because it's like someone gave you a chance.
Yeah, man.
So you're like, no, I can see this guy. If I give this guy a chance, this is going to be good for everyone.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. You know what I mean?
You nailed it.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you're just like, and that's what I see. Like, I see that in other people. And it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, hey man, even the other day I go, so when I first moved here, I'm like, it was so hard to get anything like, we need cabs, we need delivery services.
Oh, big time, man.
Right. So like I have a friend who opened a delivery service in Owen Sound. It was doing quite well very quickly. And I'm like, oh man, just give me the bare bones of this and I'll just do it over here.
I remember you mentioned this. Yeah.
And I actually just recently, it's this 3 years later, I'm like, my buddy, he loves driving. It's not really too employed right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why don't I just hand you this?
Yeah.
See what you can do with this. Instead, you know what I mean? It's like, just do it.
Yeah.
I want to see people do well.
Yeah.
Why? There's enough for everyone.
Yeah, there is.
And it's like, I want every barber in this town to do well. Like, I'm not in competition with you.
Man. Yeah.
I'm in competition with myself. There is no competition. It's just me.
Yeah. That's an abundance mindset, right? It's in investment circles that I'm in. And these are like pretty big money circles. everybody in there has the same mindset. It's abundance. There's tons for everybody,
Oh,
man. You don't
there
have
is.
to be the only barber in town. Hey, if you're a barber in town, it's good for
Yeah,
you, man. Right on.
yeah.
High five, crush
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
How's the cuts going? Maybe we
Yeah.
can learn. If you're a jiu-jitsu coach or a realtor, hey, right on, man. Good for
Yeah.
you.
Oh,
Yeah,
and-
it's
and-
awesome,
and-
dude.
and-
I think it's great.
Exactly, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And the same thing is, it's like, well, the best thing that could, like, people go, oh, are you worried about blah, blah? I'm like, no.
No.
The best thing that could ever happen to me is a world-class barbershop opens up right across the street from me.
Yeah.
What am I going to have to do?
Yeah, yeah.
Step
Level
up
up.
my game.
Yeah, level up,
That's
man.
not a bad thing, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, and I'm me. They're them.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
That's
You're,
it.
You are. They are the
Yeah,
exact same.
I'm
Yeah,
not going to.
So let's okay, so you've got the shop going, everything's going good. If people want to link up for you for a haircut, how are they going to find you I know that you're booked weeks out. I actually now have to, just for the record, I have to private message you. It's not that I'm too good to go online and book, but it's because you have no friggin' openings, which my intention was just so I could get haircuts. But now I have to book a week in advance or message you on Facebook like, bro, can you link me up?
Well, actually, it's not as bad.
It is, bro. You're busy. What are you talking about?
But the thing is, I keep myself very busy.
Yeah.
In the sense, it's like I'm cutting. Like my mentors would do like 5 or 6 guys a day.
Yeah.
I'm doing 12.
Oh, for sure, man.
Right?
You're there.
Just so I can keep my books open for people to get a haircut. Because like the worst thing when I first started, that I felt was like the guy would come into the shop, and the barber that I was apprenticing under was so pleased with himself to say, "Oh, I'm booked out for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Like, you have to like blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, "Oh, that's gross."
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, "Bro, sit down. I'll fit you in here, man." Like,
on the chair. I'll touch your hair right
it's like
now.
I'm too cool to cut your hair. Like, no.
Yeah.
And it's like, but to a detriment, like these other guys were also right.
Yeah.
It's like, you can't do that forever. You're going to burn out. And
Yeah, it's true.
This is, I'm going on to almost 4 or 5 years now doing this.
Yeah.
Where I'm just like grinding.
Yeah.
And it is killing me, man.
It does,
like,
man.
my
It's
backs,
your back for sure.
everything in my knees. Like sometimes there's days where I have to like cancel my whole day. I'm like, I just can't.
Yeah, man.
And that sucks. Whereas if I pace myself, I wouldn't have to do that.
Yeah. That's part of being an entrepreneur, though, man. Living in fear of like, is it going to be enough? I don't want customers to be upset with me. Fuck, I got to take care of myself, though. It's like, and I
trying to find that balance is hard, but I try to keep myself really busy in the sense of like, I love being able to help people. And the thing is, it's like, I don't just do a haircut. I'm really boosting self-esteem.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
you're
it's
great
like-
at it. It's an experience.
And I will lose friends and argue. And I've even like not cut people's hair.
Mm-hmm.
Because like, it's like, no, dude, you don't want that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to do that. That's not the money I want.
Yeah, yeah.
And like some guy will come in and just be like, and it's just really weird that like, this is a standard. This is all over the board. Someone will come in, they've never been to my shop, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I do it too." And they'll tell me exactly how to cut their hair.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Well, what do you know about hair?"
Yeah,
It's like nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "But your whole life have gone in there and told them how to do it, and they just let you do that.
Yeah.
Why would
why wouldn't you let
wouldn't they
professional?
guide you and be like, no, bro, this is what you got to do. This is what your hairstyle is.
Yeah, be
This
like
is what
taking
your
your
head-"
car to a mechanic and being like, "Okay, my transmission needs replaced, and it's this size bolt, and it's this, and this." It's like, well, dude, you just fucking do it yourself.
Fix yourself. Fix yourself. If that's you didn't tell me how to do it, right? So it's like, why aren't you doing it yourself? So yeah, like I feel very passionate in it. I love giving that person like their first haircut at my shop is just the best because they're like, whoa.
Yeah, man. It's
You know what I mean?
pretty
They feel so good about it. And I'm like, bro, go and have a video chat with your girl or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, the other day I had these people from Germany in the shop.
cool.
And yeah, man. And he's like, well, I like to do this. And I just kind of was like, no. And like, you know what I mean? And him and his girlfriend were like, oh no. And then partway through that haircut, like you can see that in their eyes, they're both like they're kind of worried. Like, and I'm like, no, I got you, man. Don't worry about this. Like that's not going to work for you. It doesn't look good. I'm telling you that. And then then all of a sudden there's a point in this haircut where it's like, oh, and you see his girlfriend's eyes go, whoa. And I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, but you, it's like they were scared.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And it's like, and then you're done, and they're like, oh, they can't wait to just get in there. Dude, they made out in the parking lot and took selfies of themselves
way.
for an hour. Even there's everybody in the gym, like people in the gym, I go, dude, like, bro,
I love it, man. I love it.
You know, there's like they can't keep their hands off each other, and it's like, and I love that. Like,
Yeah.
yesterday, a guy came in here from your shop.
Yeah.
He came in through the door that attaches.
Yeah.
And he looked like a mess. And he's like, yeah, I want to keep it. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
that's not what you want. And he's like, okay,
Yeah.
I trust you.
I
And
trust you.
he's like, whoa, you know, and
Nice,
that's
man.
what I love doing. I love just giving people that boost of self-esteem, the confidence that they can,
Yeah.
you know, go and they're like, oh, I can look good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, it's a great feeling, man.
So when people want to book with you, so first of all, where do people find you?
In the back of Top Performance.
Yeah. So at the back door.
737 Elgin Street.
Yeah. And if they need to find you online to book?
So you Google Trash Gordons Barbershop, hit the website button. That'll take you to my booking sites. All you need to know is your Gmail account login or your Facebook, and then you can just book and cancel your own appointments. If that doesn't work, hit the call button.
Okay.
And that'll call right to my shop or shoot me a text. Yeah. And then we'll book you in that way. Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Or just stop in the shop.
Bro, I'm so proud to be part of your journey.
Oh,
and I appreciate you. That was awesome.
I have to sorry. And I have to thank you so much for everything, man.
Oh, it's all good, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, just watching you rock it and you're passing it on to others. That's
Oh, done? Is
yeah, dude.
Oh,
Yeah, man. That's it.
that was so quick.
Yeah, man.